Hey guys, it's Tech for Days here, and yes, here we have the Apple's iPhone 5S and Apple's iPhone 5C. And by the title of this video, you already know what it's about. I constantly keep hearing people saying, oh, there's not a big difference between the 5C and the 5S. It's only metal, or just a fingerprint, or just this, or just that. But I'm here today to prove there's a giant difference. Maybe not like humongous, but there is a big difference, and there's a reason one is priced more than the other, and there's a reason I bought the 5S and my little brothers got the 5C. Let's get into this. So some of you might be saying, oh, who cares, iPhone 6 is coming out. Well, some people don't even care for the iPhone 6. Some people don't even want a bigger screen, and I still hear people saying that there's no difference, or there's a tiny difference, or whatever difference they think. Fuck. So we have both devices here, and we're gonna run several, oops, I'm swiping the wrong way. Get it together. Oh, I turned off the passcode. Oh, okay, here we go. So we're gonna run several, I think, relatively known speed tests, graphics tests, etc. to prove there is a huge difference internally as well. Obviously the looks too, but we'll get into that later. So first, we're gonna run some Geekbench. So right here, as you can see, it says iPhone 5S right here, iPhone 5C, and the 5C is updated to iOS 7.1.2. I haven't updated my 5S yet, but this is not gonna affect any tests. It's just some Apple stability improvements or something. So you can see here, memory on the iPhone 5S is 1000 megabytes, and the memory on the iPhone 5C is 1016 megabytes, also known as RAM, which is kind of weird, but I'm not gonna get into that. So we're gonna run processor benchmark. I'm gonna try to do it at the same time. I don't think it matters, but one quick thing is the iPhone 5S finished the test way quicker than the iPhone 5C. And I believe I pressed the 5C first to start the test. So that obviously means something. And as you can see, we'll go over the iPhone 5S until the 5C finishes. So we got a single core score of 1409 and a multi-core score of 2554, which is very good. Oh, 5C finished. So we have a single core score of 701 and a multi-core score of 1262. And I don't understand how people are saying there's not a big difference. 5C is almost half the score of what the 5S achieved. So we have more information, 2 cores, 1 processor, blah blah blah. Right here, what I notice is difference is L1 instruction catch on both of these is, on the iPhone 5S is 64 kilobytes, and on the 5C it's 32. Which is kind of weird. I didn't even know that that was different. We have more details. So almost every number seems to be higher on the 5S. Almost every single number actually is higher. There's not one number so far that is better on the 5C that I can see. Huh, get it? That I can see. iPhone 5C. So enough with this. Let's get on to the next test. So we're going to run a speed test on both of these devices. And we're running on, or we're going to run it on Wi-Fi. Okay. So let's begin the test. Try to do it at the same time. Looks like it is very close. Wow, that's very interesting. Let's wait for these results to finish. So we got 21 milliseconds for ping on the iPhone 5s, 13.45 megabits per second for the download speed, and 3.85 megabits per second for the upload speed on the iPhone 5s. Now on the iPhone 5C, we have a ping of 16 milliseconds, a download speed of 1495, which is very interesting. I don't know if one of them was started before, or it's interesting. I honestly don't believe that has to do with the phone, because the iPhone 5s has obviously the more powerful processor, but I find that really interesting. I'm not really sure why the download speed is higher on the 5C. It's very interesting. They're both on the same Wi-Fi frequency. They're both on 5 gigahertz from Xfinity Wi-Fi, and the upload speed is 2.01 megabits per second. So I want to do something here and do one test at a time. So let's do the iPhone 5s again, see what happens, and then we'll do the 5C again. Maybe we can achieve different results. Wow, the download speed went dramatically up, 28.6 megabits per second, but the ping went down to 16, and the upload went to 6 megabits per second. That's interesting. Okay, let's redo the 5C. The ping. Testing ping, testing ping. Sorry guys, I know I haven't made a video for a while. I've been on vacations and stuff like that. I've been really busy. And I'm not gonna lie, there was a little bit of procrastination in there. Okay, we got 28.57 megabits per second for the download speed. So we're getting around the same actually now. This is on Wi-Fi. So we have slightly lower in the 5C, but this is not really to test its performance. It's just kind of to see. It's for fun. So this next test is going to be 3D Mark, which I am very looking forward to this, because this is going to just show how powerful the iPhone 5s is over the 5C. So for my favorite test, we are running 3D Mark on both of these devices, because 3D Mark will show just how powerful the iPhone 5s is over the 5C. So let's run the Ice Storm Extreme. I'll read you guys the description. It says, for two device comparisons of high performance mobile devices using 1080p graphics tests. That's the test we're going to run to prove the 5s is way more powerful. The 5s, you already can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but the 5s was loading way faster already, even being touched later. Okay, so as you can see, the iPhone 5C is struggling right now. It is lagging pretty badly, and it says about 16 frames per second. And the 5S, it's up to 50 frames per second. It's very small on the bottom, you guys can see it. But as you can see, the iPhone 5S is running way more smoothly. And it's very beautiful right now. You can tell by the, I don't know if you guys can see this beautiful Retina display on the iPhone 5S. And it's still running the same test. iPhone 5C is running a different test. I'm not sure why. Probably because it's running a lower test. And it was started a little before the 5S. Point proven, the iPhone 5S is the obvious winner. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. It is beautiful. And obviously you guys can see the mass detail on the camera. I mean, I'm not, oh, what happened? Okay. Starting another test. I mean, the 5C has a nice display too, but on the iPhone 5S, it is way more vivid. And both of these are on full brightness, so it's not, so it's really down to the screen resolution and all of that. This is very beautiful. I'm in love with this phone. This one finished, so we have results. So the iPhone 5C finished while the iPhone 5S is still testing. We received a score of 3,254. Sounds like a lot, but it's probably going to be way lower than the iPhone 5S right now. The iPhone 5S just started a new test, so we have to wait for that. So this device, according to 3D Mark, says this score means your device is working normally. Now see how it compares with the latest models. So I'm guessing we scroll down. This tells us all the scores. Graphics test 1, it was running a 14.4 frames per second. And on graphics test 2, it was running 10.5 frames per second. And then the physics test, it was running 24.4 frames per second. So I am not gonna wait for this to finish because you guys can totally, I mean, it's obvious that the iPhone 5S won this no matter what the score, even if the score was 1 point improved versus the iPhone 5C. It was way smoother. So I have a sun spider test that I want to run. Okay, I think the brightness went down on this. Okay, no it didn't. So I'm going to press start now. And we'll run the sun spider. Sun spider is a JavaScript benchmark. So this is going to go through a whole bunch of tests. So the test finished, and on the iPhone 5S it earned a total of 513.6 ms, and on the iPhone 5C it was a total of 758.4 ms. So the iPhone was roughly about a little, let me see, I can't do math right now, but probably around 200 milliseconds quicker than the iPhone 5C in this test. So long story short, stories short, the iPhone 5S won all of these tests, and it's obvious because it has the A7 chip. It's higher than the iPhone 5C, so it's obvious it was gonna win. But this is to prove it is a difference, because when you hear A7 and A6, it seems like, oh, A7 is just A7 and A6 is A6. A7 is newer. Here it proves it makes a difference. So enough with the tests, let's get with the looks. The looks of these beauties. So the iPhone 5S is made of a beautiful glass and aluminum construction. And the 5C is made of I believe it's polycarbonate plastic, which surprisingly feels pretty well. It feels a lot better in the hand, I will give it that, than the iPhone 5, let me get out of that test, than the iPhone 5S. It feels a lot more, how do I explain this, like rounded, more comfortable versus the iPhone 5S. The iPhone 5S is very rigid, but it still feels great in the hands, especially in the mornings, and the metal is all cold. It feels I love that feeling. The metal is just ice cold. It feels nice. Right now they're both really hot because of all those tests and the screen being on. But on the front, from the camera view, you can barely tell that the iPhone 5C is green because, you know, my camera's not that good. So we have one very obvious difference between the both of them on the front of the device. Obviously, the iPhone 5S has a fingerprint scanner, and the 5C is just the pretty much prehistoric Apple home button. Nothing special about it. And the constructions are obviously both different weights, different feels, but the iPhone 5S has the most power in this battle or proving here. So sorry guys, I just ran out of memory on my camera and I don't even remember what I was rambling about. But long story short, if you want sheer beautiful performance, iPhone 5S is what you want. I would get the 5S period, even if you were a casual person. I mean, it's just my opinion. I just think it's the best option. And the 5C, that's my brother's, well, they're twins, so this one got the green one that got the blue one. It does the job. It does the job pretty well. I mean, they just play look, they have all these Minecraft, something, Plants vs. Zombies games and stuff. And they just call in text, so that's all they do. So it's not like they need something very fancy and stuff. But even on the iPhone 5S, I think you would have a better gaming experience with the graphics, because there have been tests, and you can find them all over YouTube, where they show that the games load up like way faster on the iPhone 5s than the iPhone 5C. It's crazy. About 3 months I've had it, and I am so happy with it right now. It's very sheer, and the 5C is too. I just think I think the $100 is like, and I ran out of memory again, but we have a nice new fresh card. So, as I was saying, the iPhone 5S is just so much more bang for your buck. I mean, I love the color. I honestly do love the 5C. Like, the green is like my favorite color on this phone. It's very nice. It's very, like, it almost feels fake sometimes, or looks fake, because it looks so perfect. It's just, I love it. I honestly do love it. But I would not trade it for the metal and the glass combo on the iPhone 5S. I still have the plastic on it. I'm trying to protect it as much as I can. I bought a whole bunch of cases. I have a whole bunch of more reviews on those cases coming soon. In case you guys were wondering, these were Incipio, upside down. There, now you guys can see it. Incipio, what are these called? Stands, I guess, phone stands. And they came with some cases I bought for my Galaxy S3 when that was new. And they do a very good job on the iPhone 5S. They come with the Incipio cases. I don't even know where. The Incipio cases you can get like anywhere. They just come in there. So I use both of those. Thank you for watching. I know it wasn't very good at all, but hey, whatever. Some videos aren't gonna be good. Sorry. I think it was good. My favorite part was the graphics. That totally just made the whole video right there. So iPhone 5S is the winner. Why was I pointing at the 5C? It's not the winner. 5S is the winner. A, I think it's the better option. B, it's beautiful. iPhone 5C, it does the job. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. I have more stuff coming. Please subscribe. Please. Give it a like. Give me some comments. You guys can tell me how I can improve some of my videos. If you watch my previous video on the unboxing of the Speller 32-inch TV, you should watch that one. That one was my first video ever. But thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe, like, comment. I will respond. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful day.